Yo, what's up, everybody? Lobo's here. Lobo here, back again for the finale with DanMalore and YoJimbo. What's up, guys?
The gang's all here.
Yo.
Yep. So we got an episode that was twice as long as the episode from last week.
How many minutes exactly?
I think the runtime says 51, and the runtime for last week is 24, and both of those are including credits.
How cool would that be to have episodes that long every week?
Right?
That would be so nice.
It would make the season shorter, though. I mean, so pick your poison. Let me give you this example.
Same amount of episodes with a full hour.
I mean, that's not. I mean, that would be the best. Obviously, let me make this point. There's another show, another franchise rhymes with All Out, and the director, one of the director's friends, another big time director, was slamming Netflix for releasing it all at once because it kind of robbed the show of a deserved television run, because the buildup of every week, people talking about our work and all the anticipation for the next episode, it robs the audience of that. And so there's this huge debate going on right now.
I don't like the binge model either.
Apparently they fought for it to be weekly, but lost. So not Netflix. Sorry, Netflix.
Amazon.
Prime.
Yeah.
But it is
Bezos.
It is a Netflix model.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And the thing is that's weird about it is usually they've been doing things like a mix. They've been really mixed. Some things have been released in the binge model and some things have been released weekly. Like The Boys is released weekly. Invincible is released batch, like the entire thing.
I guess they do focus groups and find out which one they should do, but they really messed up on this one. Like
we're getting a binge season this weekend.
Yeah,
on May 4th we have Rise the right.
But I understand this because it's shorter.
Tales of the Empire. That's it.
They're shorter episodes. So anyways,
if you only have 3 hours worth of content, binge.
Yeah, it's an anthology too.
If you have 8 hours of content, that's weekly.
Is Tales of the Empire really 3 hours?
It's 15 minutes.
No, it's like
8 chunks.
Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
2:45.
Is that what it says?
I don't know, but wasn't it like 15 minutes?
So Tales of the Jedi was 6 15-minute episodes.
Okay.
So that's what, an hour and a half? So it's probably going to be something similar, if not exactly the same.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what at least that's what I'm expecting. I don't know. That's 100% speculation on my part.
That's the only. I know they've been dropping teasers for Tales of the Empire this weekend, like little clips, but I'm not watching them. I want to go in blind if I can.
Yeah. Good luck. I've been largely ignoring them as well. But
because it just says like new scene and new clip from, I'm like, no, I just want to watch it. Like, it's only a couple days away. Why would I spoil myself now? But I don't have any other Star Wars news. Anything on your side? The galaxy, on the side of the galaxy?
I saw a trailer for Star Wars Hunters.
What's that?
I think it's a cell phone game or some kind of battle royale game. I am not ever gonna mention it now after this.
Cash in.
Yeah, it looks it's clearly not a canon event, that's for sure.
So it's not canon, you don't care.
Well, it's going forward, yeah. Like I like the stuff that used to be canon that's not anymore. I like that. I like a lot of that, but not all of it. And like going forward, if it's not canon, I don't care. I mean, the Star Wars Visions is fun, but ultimately it's inconsequential. So if it's good, it's good. If it looks like crap, then I get to walk away.
There was some of the visions I liked, like the samurai stuff was cool, man.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially
That
the first season.
the first season of Visions is amazing. The set, especially the like if they came out with that samurai thing, like if they made a whole series like that, I'm on board, no problem. The rest of the stuff, I couldn't care less.
There was a couple of wonky ones in the second
There was
season.
a couple that were fun in season 1, but if I got more, I'd probably watch some of them, but definitely not all of them.
Your favorite was the Jabba band, I know, right?
Oh god. And that's the only one that had canon characters in it. How about that? Every probably know it's Season of the Force or whatever Disney's calling it this year. And so I was, been there a couple times already, but this last time I was walking through downtown Disney and decided to buy some coins at the Star Wars trading post there. They're all, I don't know how well they're going to show up. They're Mandalorian characters for the most part. There's the armor. It's just got a Star Wars logo on the back. Grogu with force lifting some frogs around his head.
Very cool.
Let's see. Mando and Grogu. And
seeing a pattern here.
And Professor Huyang.
Professor Huyang. What is he from? Rogue One?
He's the light from the Ahsoka show and Rebels. And
oh yes,
Wars and the lightsaber builder guy.
I mean, do they have any original trilogy stuff?
Very, very not
like Chewbacca.
Not like that. They do have like the pressed penny thing inside the park. Okay. But to buy the set, like those 4 coins cost me $20.
Okay, that's not too bad actually.
Inside the park, they have like the pressed penny deal, and the whole set is characters from like all 3 trilogies. And since there's stuff from the newer trilogy, I haven't decided to
jump in on that one.
Yeah, that's Kate. Actually, that's what that machine has is the 6. There's 9 characters. I don't know.
Hi, Kate.
I'll take a picture. I'm going to Star Wars night tomorrow night. Probably take a bunch of pictures there tomorrow. I'll be wearing my Imperial Officer duds. I'll snap a picture of that machine. So on whenever we cover Tales of the Empire, I'll have some more loot to show off.
I'm curious.
Photos.
You know how you're not allowed to wear Disney costumes at Disneyland? What if you came in like full Imperial uniform? Would they allow that?
They probably would make you not wear your helmet.
Got it. Well, I mean, you have a cap, right?
I have a cap, but if you're wearing like stormtrooper armor or Mandalorian armor or something that's like a full face cover you could pass for a cast member, that's like their limit. Here we go. Kate is a expert on Disney rules, so
but that makes sense.
So that should be a blast, and I think I don't know if I'm gonna run into any of them, but I know there's another couple Star Wars YouTubers doing the Star Wars night gig tomorrow as well, so we will see. Is there any other news? Nope. I think Ubisoft's still charging a crap ton of money for the.
So they're dropping Tales of the Empire, and then when do you think we'll get the next update, like a trailer? I guess we got Acolyte trailer already.
Yeah.
And do we have a date for Acolyte premiere?
I'm not sure.
It was June or something, right? Why do I feel like it was June? And that's going to be a binge drop too.
June 4th.
June 4th.
The Acolyte.
And it'll be weekly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They're not too dumb, that dumb to like just drop it.
So I'm gonna say right now, if the first episode's not good, I can't commit to it. No. I'll probably still watch the whole series. I'll be here covering the whole series. I'm just teasing.
I mean, I like Kate. What's her name from
just hope
the
it's good.
Matrix?
Carrie
She's
Ann
playing a
Moss.
Jedi. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
I like the actual. They made a new Matrix movie like last year. I watched it with Kate, and like it was actually I enjoyed it. It was like a epilogue to the characters after the first Matrix movies. So it wasn't like the action fest that the first ones were, but I still enjoyed it. Anyways, I like her, Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
I think she'll do a good job as a Jedi.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mhm.
I mean, she was okay in Daredevil, but she was.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, she was some kind of lawyer or something, or was she on Jessica Jones? She was on Jessica Jones. That's what it
Mhm.
was.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
It's Marvel.
Really?
It's the other like science fiction that I take part in outside
Yeah.
of Star Wars.
Once again, David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant was on that show as well. It's probably his
Interesting.
creepiest role to date.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, we should get in the episode. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a long one, so we should.
It's a doozy.
Yeah, especially
said, I
since I
wish they were
missed
this
the
long.
opportunity to make a joke about the name of the genre of music when you were talking about Jabba's band.
Oh,
What was the genre of music?
The genre. I'm not saying it. We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh.
No, that's the type of music that Figure Dad
Oh.
and the Modal Nodes plays. Are they the same
Oh,
type?
I know what you're talking about.
The-
JW.
Wait, what?
What?
It rhymes with is Halen.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
It's just like jazz.
It's got the Riz. It's got the
But
Riz.
It's jazz.
someone spelled it wrong.
It's sci-fi jazz. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I see what you're saying. Eh?
What was the name of the episode, Lobo?
What? The episode that with the
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt band?
That we're talking about tonight.
I don't know. Let's see what it says.
The cavalry has arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
Oh, I
Jimbo.
skipped right past it. How
It
about
was
that?
written by Jennifer Corbett, coming back to finish off strong, and
Right.
directed 3 directors this episode: Stuart Lee, Sal Reeves, and Brad Raw. Basically, everybody dogpiled on this episode.
Well, that's the way it should be, right?
For the season.
Make sure
Yeah.
all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed, and
Yeah, it's a little different for animation. It's not like you have a unit director or something. They're just all in the studio.
well, I mean, they kind of had like the interior, because it was kind of broke up into like the three separate series, like stories. There was like, well, I don't know,
If you're talking about like
Maybe
the
it's 4.
classic Star Wars, like 3 different things going on at the same time. Yes.
perspectives, yeah, because it's like
Yes.
Hunter, Crosshair, and Wrecker trying to get in, Omega and the kids trying to get out,
Hemlock
and
dealing
then
with Tarkin.
well, yeah, and there's also Echo and Emery.
Yep. Yeah, you got everybody's
with a little splash of Rampart.
Yep. He got splashed
So,
for sure.
That's definitely a splash, big old splash. Yeah. So here we are on Tantus, or at Tantus, and it get like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it did seem like the entirety of this episode was just one of these hilltops,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
All these episodes have just been
One base, one part of that base.
one part of the base.
It's the most important part.
So the one over there, behind
Yeah.
the backup base.
Yeah, because this is the lower dome, because there's a pointy mountain and then there's I don't know.
I mean, they probably have lesser research going on the other ones.
Right? All right, hold on, let's find
Logistical
out.
hubs, things like that.
So, oh yeah. there was Wrecker. Wow, that's really hard to see today. Can I turn the brightness up on this?
This was a dark episode. I noticed it too. A lot of night scenes.
Really dark. So Wrecker last episode got clobbered by that bear.
Did they ever
leopard
yeah,
thing? There is a name. Apparently they said it.
Bear.
Yeah, they said it on something.
Oh, okay.
Because
we mentioned that we're like, what was that thing called? And
it was like in this. It was like in this the episode that it debuted in. It says its name, and I forgot to go and make note of it. I heard. Whose video was it? It was last week when people were covering last week's episode when it happened. They were all calling it by the right name. I think, yeah. So, but I've kind of forgot about it. I've been on Star Wars.
Bear Pig.
Man, Bear Pig. That's what I call it.
That's what I'm going to call it.
But it's supposed to be the design idea behind it was a bear and a leopard, is what I heard. So
it screwed Wrecker up. I kind of thought he was a Goddard, to be honest.
I mean, it's a finale, so who cares? If you're watching this, you already know.
I care.
Crap tons of spoilers. So I'm just gonna comment to jump around a little bit. I was shocked that Wrecker made it through the whole episode.
Yeah, me too.
Outright shocked.
Because it was several moments where like, oh, this is it. He's gonna give it his all at the end here, and that would have been fine too.
And he was getting brutalized in every engagement.
Yeah. Right.
He's like, they do talk about it like you are not well.
Like they're constantly saying like, oh, you're not doing good. He's like, I'm fine. Meanwhile, he can barely make it, can barely stand.
It's I was shocked. Just there's no other word for it. So of course, obviously Record is fine. They all rush, they're trying to get into the base. I really should have watched this a second time. We got the whole base is on high alert because they know the batch is out there running around, and they cut to Hemlock being addressed by some troops, and they tell him that they captured our good friend Rampart, who's just piece of work, that fella.
Oh yeah.
Thought again, just gonna jump ahead a little bit. Yes, he's not getting a redemption arc.
It is fitting that he was here though because of his involvement with the destruction of Camino. So this is kind of like a.
Also, what are you talking about? This was his redemption arc.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, his comeuppance.
Not from our perspective, but like if you were like an Imperial sympathizer, it's like, yeah, he came around.
He was gonna try to blackmail the Emperor. Okay, come on.
He was going to try to blackmail the Emperor.
He wouldn't have got.
It would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah,
they would have taken back the data from him, and they would have executed him immediately. So
they would have been.
He was better off this way.
You are now charged with stealing Imperial secrets.
Yeah,
you are a traitor.
Then he gets lightning.
Exactly. Excellent work, Rampart.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, like I said, it would have been funny.
Nobody outscams the Emperor. He's always 10 steps ahead.
No. So Rampart puts out, all the time he spent on Camino, he never learned anything about clones. So Rampart,
of course he didn't. He hates clones.
Hemlock knows that they're who's attacking them and everything. He also doesn't know everything about clones.
But he knows the threat at least.
What?
He knows the threat.
Right.
He's not underestimating them. because he has some on his side too that he uses as weapons.
Yeah, like Scorch.
Yeah, I'm glad Scorch didn't get out either.
Right?
Nobody got out.
Nobody.
Well,
Well,
some people got out, but
nobody on one side. On one side, nobody got out.
Well, there's this lovely lady here.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
as long as they don't knock this stuff over, it's fine.
She comes around pretty good, you know. But yeah, of course, there's no record about the vault in the computer system.
I think that she came around like the episode about her and was just looking for like the means of her escape as well. You know, she did not seem happy in her episode.
No, she did not. Let's see here. He looks pretty good in a stormtrooper uniform, right? No. It's almost made for him. Sorry. But yeah, he seems pretty like I should bring that back up. He legitimately looks surprised that she's helping.
Well, he even asked her why.
Yeah. But like the artistically, they got the surprise look down pretty good for computer animation. That's like, you know, it's a good job.
She does also tell them exactly what turned her. Like the kids. She saw the kids, and then that was it. She had no idea that they had like a bunch of kids.
Exactly.
All she knew is that she had samples, and then she had injected like the samples into the clones. She didn't know where the samples came from.
Exactly.
And then she also says exactly that she just couldn't help until then. I'm not jumping ahead, am I? I'm not.
She's also waiting. No, that was the conversation they have here.
Okay.
That she was also waiting for like the right time. I mean, she wasn't in a position to help much. She's a prisoner too, essentially.
Yeah, I feel like everybody on that base is a prisoner. So speaking of prisoners, we got Jax and this droid that Omega is able to hack. I mean, when did she buy that upgrade?
That's how I hack things too. I just stab the chips with a screwdriver.
Yeah, that's how it's done in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
You get that robot hack perk and you just run up on it and robot hack it. But we get the kids taking their places to screw up, you know, trick the robot. And they almost get, I thought they were going to get a little caught a little bit better than they did when I keep forgetting her name. She notices just the blue girl and the little baby are in there. And
it's another doctor, right?
I know the blue girl's got a name, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, she's another doctor. And so she's like, okay, something's wrong. And she goes down and gets, here we go. She's doing a little scolding of the kids. And the next thing you know, you got the robot sneaking up behind her.
I like the subtle.
She's like, but she's got the return to your alcoves. It's not even go to your rooms. Like alcoves. I mean, really? Like they're not rooms, they're not beds, they're not bunks, they're alcoves. That's like not friendly sounding at all. And then boom, out cold, and the kids are like, what are they teaching these kids? Omega is corrupting these other children to be violent.
Yeah. Like she's doing she's doing what she's been trained to do. She is using her assets and like organizing.
Yeah, the
It's-
entire
yeah.
series led up to this
Mm-hmm.
with her training.
Right. So we get, escape through the hole in the wall, which is always a fun thing.
They didn't discover that escape hatch in the previous. I felt like that.
No, Omega barely makes it back in the room and fills a hole up before
She gets the tiles back.
Also,
Yeah.
it wasn't the other lady who found it, was it? It was Emery. I want to say
no, it wasn't Emery. It was
the other lady.
It was the other lady, but the other
the
two
drone.
kids slowed her down just a little bit. Like there was the I'm hungry, and it's like you'll get over it, and then
I know.
I feel sick. Droid says you're fine, and then can I go next?
Yeah.
No,
My game's
then-
broken.
yeah, yeah. That was this time. The game's
Yeah.
broken thing is this time. That was the trying to trick the droid. Oh yeah, and there is
Stab the droid in the back of the
a slight change. They have Jax carrying the little baby one instead of
Well, he is stronger.
instead of Blue Girl. Yeah, that's true. But you get when the baby's not comfortable, you get they tend to cry, which we got. But before that happens, we got that's really freaking dark. Ships are still looking for the batch, which is Hunter Crosshair and a damaged wrecker. Emery, that was a short scene. It was a lot shorter than I expected. Emery decides to take Echo, who's basically doing what Tech would be doing.
Right.
Taking Echo to the vault, which is pretty cool. But like I don't know. I feel like if I was one of those other clone troopers, I would be like, why is a stormtrooper being allowed in there instead of it being a clone commando? Because I don't remember ever seeing anything but clone commandos go in the vault. But I don't know for sure.
His armor doesn't quite clean, like, and nobody noticed or looked at him. Like on a more thorough inspection, you can tell like what's wrong with this trooper's armor.
You mean like these little scuffs and stuff on his shoulder?
Yeah, exactly. Like he looks kind of.
That's just the art style. That's that old remnant of it. Everything looking like grainy wood from the.
That's right. This is the. He stole this armor from somebody on the ship.
Yeah.
So those scuffs are from being hit in the head or something.
Dragging him behind
Exactly.
wherever he took his clothes from him is from dragging him over there. But it's so Omega's got the kids crawling around in the cargo system in the walls. I don't even know
the pneumatic system they called it.
The Jeffries
pneumatic system. Yeah, that crap they used to use in
that other series.
High-rise buildings before the pneumatic tubes. Like
they still use those. Are still
drive-through tellers have them still, yeah. Which is weird.
The Toyota dealership near my house has them.
Toyota, huh? So Omega leads the kids back to the holding pool. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
With the Zillow beast, or as they affectionately called it this episode, just Zillow.
Yeah.
Which really it should have been called the whole time.
It was one of those serendipity things.
Calling a beast is it's redundant.
Mhm.
The baby crying in this scene actually was a good distraction to let Omega hit those panels.
Oh yeah.
The kids are like, oh, is there any way we can shut the baby up? And like, no, it's actually perfect.
I kind of feel like that was almost intended.
Mhm.
Like just because they
She
said,
said, don't worry.
Like the kid's getting fussy, and it's like, oh no, it's gonna get a lot louder than that.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know why.
I like this scene. It made me laugh because of initiate a quarantine protocol or whatever after she drops the field.
Yeah.
And their protocol is just to zap it with the same laser that they used to torture it. It didn't like that at all.
I was on. I
it just made
the
it
Zillow
angry.
Beast doesn't the Zillow Beast? I keep calling it the wrong thing now. It's just doesn't the Zillow consume energy? Wasn't that its thing?
The way they defeated it in the Clone Wars was like a special ion cannon.
Yeah, I was gonna say an ion beam.
Okay.
And it was like a blue lightning lasers.
Right.
It hurts it. It annoys it mostly, and that's why I laughed because like that's your plan.
That was the plan. That was the plan. Is the ion cannon again?
Let's use the thing that we've been torturing it with for months.
The thing is getting acclimated to.
Yeah, and it just got angry. There was a lot of Wilhelm screams in this episode, which was great.
There was.
Mm-hmm.
Different varieties of them.
Way too many. Yeah, so the kids get those two stormtroopers just stopped on. Oh darn it! Clicked the wrong thing. Oh, dang it! I hate when I do that. So the kids get caught by the stormtroopers, and right when they get called out, we get. I want it to stop where I want it to. I'm just gonna let it play.
It was a great distraction.
It was a great distraction, and as soon as they're about to be totally busted, this guy, like, oh, that would be pretty terrifying. And the Zillow Beast just goes ahead and wreaks havoc. I think it crushes a couple people. It munches a couple people. And like you said,
and
they just shoot it.
That was their great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then try to shoot it with some heavy blasters. See if that works.
Again, just making it angry. Angrier.
And something that I expected to happen didn't. I was fully thinking Omega was going to try to do the Asajj Ventress, calm down, touch it on its snout kind of thing.
No, she doesn't need to.
No.
She wants it to be pissed.
Yeah. Well, like, it would have been way cooler if she could ride it out of there with the kids. You know, if they could all just hop on its back and it would just carry them out.
Yeah,
you need to go right for Lucasfilm.
She definitely learned the value of improvisation and diversion.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Like, all you need to do is let go of the Zillow. Don't not call it a beast. Let go of the Zillow.
I think it was more important to let it just wreak havoc in the base,
and
not because you don't want to be on the target. They're going to be blasting it and shooting it with
right.
rockets and everything. It's better to let it. Just
right. You don't want to be on the thing they're shooting at. Right. Gotcha.
It's providing cover. It's providing cover.
So we have Emery and Echo make it to the vault, and she discovers the kids are gone. And Hemlock's, you better find them because your fate is tied to theirs now as well. So if you lost the kids, we're losing you. And that's, from the Empire, a little more final than just getting a.
I have expected him to say it, and you clean up your armor.
Yeah. I will see that. Yeah, that's the funny thing is because this is Echo and Hemlock standing
face to face, yeah,
face to within arm's reach of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just barely, but
just shoot him.
Yeah, just right there. Done.
They don't want that kind of noise.
I got
it's a rescue mission.
I know.
We're concerned about the kids then.
No,
but
I mean that's true. And there is, let's see, who just
having to fight their way out and for the kids at the same time. And yeah.
Also, it's more important to find the research and destroy it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there is. All right, so I rewound just a tad. I guess there is a couple more regular stormtroopers in there. Because there's 2 walking out with the
is that Score? No, those are the commandos.
Those are just regular commandos. They're not.
Yeah, but he's got the really fancy armor.
Spec Ops. Scorch is this?
That armor is so thick you can't sit down.
Yeah, that one.
You can't.
Maybe he's got like a sword. Or is that just a stick that shows his unit? The gold
unit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So let's see here. Where are we at?
Also, can you imagine what his comms are sounding like? Like, of course, he's like,
oh yeah, he's like, alert! Ah!
Notification overload.
Lots of screams with cutoffs.
And yeah, just like screams and squelches.
Yep. It's like, oh, that was a whole platoon just got munched.
And then it's silent.
So the Zillo Beast is making quite a bit of a mess. I think it was going after the reactor. So
the reactor.
They said to shut it down. And
it's kind of interesting that the Zillo's holding pool goes straight up to the docking bay. But okay.
Well, I mean,
I guess you got to deliver it there somewhere somehow, right?
It's
ripping its way through it. It's ripping its way through it. Like you see, there's like rebar and stuff in the foreground of when those like troops walk in on that scene. Look at it right here. You can see it there, but yeah, there's like ripped up like the material.
Everyone shoot it and make it more angry.
I don't think that like
where is it?
The version of whatever concrete and like blast steel
does
not do anything against the Zillo.
No, it
doesn't care. That's all rubble from it tearing stuff up.
Yeah, it just wants to escape at this point. So now there's a Zillo loose on this planet.
Yeah.
And they're not even going to bother to.
not their problem.
So now the man bear pig has some competition.
Right?
It's no longer the top predator at all.
It's no longer Apex for sure.
The thing is if the Zillo does what it's going to do, it won't be the Apex predator either when there's no more power.
True. I mean, this thing just looks.
It's just gonna go to sleep.
Weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. Why isn't it like another like limb out of its back?
It's like a dorsal tail. It's the weirdest thing.
You can grab onto things with it. You climb.
You know what else is disappointing? The subtitle calls it the Zillo Beast.
Yeah. That's just a text bug. So we got the batch sneaking through the jungles, and Crosshair here was just watching a platoon with a couple of the hounds like Batcher, and his hand started shaking very violently, which I mean, I guess he doesn't have to worry about that too much longer, but he seems to be the most stressed out as usual. And wait, what did he say there? Right. So since Wrecker's so hurt, Crosshair's like, Hunter, you and Wrecker go find a communications array, call for backup. I'll go in because I need to do the thing. And there's a little bit of talking about TAC and a possible Plan 99, and Hunter and Wrecker are not having it. And yeah, I was like, okay, cool. So that's how they're going to get rid of these guys, right? And no. But Wrecker does say, where is it? No big deal. Wrecker's like, we should have brought Batcher with us. That would have just made everything way more complicated. We got some more cool kaiju shots. Giant beast coming out of the hangar. And you can see just really, 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 I mean, you can't really see my mouse. There's teeny tiny stormtroopers on the far out. So it's kind of fun. You could, for size perspective. But this is one of the funnier moments in the episode. It's Crosshair. Echo's handiwork or Omega's. And
definitely Omega.
And he knows, though. They know.
Yeah.
They're like, Omega.
It's a little, because it's a little ham-fisted, but it was working.
Extremely ham-fisted. So the kids are able to use the Zillow's escape route as also their escape route. So they're following it through the building, and they see that it's been climbing up. And that's coming up in a second, right? Yep. We're soon to discover that old Jax there is not too fond of heights. Just like Wrecker. So Omega is able to use the fact that Wrecker is one of the biggest, strongest soldiers that she knows to motivate the kid to just, well, to do this. Stay focused on what's ahead, not what's below. So I guess it's good message for the metaphor, like even just general, life. Focus on what ahead, not what's in front of you, not behind you. Can't undo what you have done. We get like the scenes are kind of cutting to and fro characters way more often than they have the entire previous episode, all the episodes of the season so far. Another cool shot of Scorch and some other clone troopers. They all, like, I never noticed it earlier on, but they're all kind of dopey looking. I used to think they looked cool. They're just, I think it's they're too big and boxy.
They're too bulky.
Yeah.
They lose their intimidation because they're too bulky, but they're not bulky like Wrecker is.
Right.
It's all armor, not muscle.
Exactly. So we get, is that this scene? Sorry.
A lot of good that armor does them anyway.
Which one? Wrecker or them? Both? Because
yeah.
So Hemlock goes to his super secret laboratory with all these chambers in it, and we finally get to see what's in those. If we didn't put it together before, we get all these chambers are full of Clone X troopers.
Yep, we finally get the reveal, which we kind of knew, but
it was definitely
There was no Snoke in the tank.
No Snoke in the tank. Ugh.
Darn.
Like, but it's still, I mean, Project Necromancer is still tied to Snoke. I don't know how much info they get.
But this is a setback.
Right.
This is definitely a setback, and a reason why the Emperor is decrepit and his cloning process sucks.
It's why he's got tubes.
Yeah, 2 tubes.
No, he has many tubes.
Anytime I hear tubes, I'm going to say 2 tubes because 2 tubes is better than 1.
Yeah. And every time you mention 2 tubes, it just like I just think about that scene in Andor, and it makes me smile.
Which part?
When he's like 2 tubes is in on it. You just love that. 2 tubes is my man.
And we're not getting Andor till next year, right?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting the Acolyte, then Skeleton Crew. And that's also I don't know if we're gonna get Visions this year or not. They haven't said it, at least to my knowledge.
I'm gonna say doubt it. I'm gonna doubt.
So
you're gonna doubt.
But for a lot of people, Andor is like the best Star Wars that we're getting in the current era, which is pretty hard to argue with, you know. Like the stakes felt real, and it's connected to like connected to the Star Wars that we know, right? It's like all leading up to the Death Star, so like,
yeah, you know where it's going.
It's legit.
Well,
it's legit.
So mostly. Is this? This is leading up to the Death. Like, I mean, Tarkin's last dial. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Tarkin's last line of dialogue in this episode is
regarding
revert all assets, all assets to Project Stardust.
Yeah,
and of course that's
take all of them.
Yep.
You know he'd been chomping to do that for a while.
Oh, he's been dying to do that. He's had like two of those 3 Star Destroyers have been in orbit on Tantus, just waiting, or like a nearby system to get there as fast as possible.
I
like that shot. I kind of was hoping that was going to happen. It's exactly what happened. Like as soon as they jumped out, you got Star Destroyers jumping in.
So we got the dudes that just got woke up. I don't like how
I totally thought I not to sidetrack you, but I totally thought one of them was going to be Tech, man. Well, they kept cutting to like one guy's face. They kept cutting to his face. I'm like, oh, that's Tech. That's Tech.
One of them had a very Tech-like face mask.
Yes. There's even one with like goggles, his own version of goggles.
And it kept cutting to him. It kept cutting to him like reaction shots. I'm like, is that Tech? Are they trying to imply? Is he gonna switch sides at the last second? That didn't happen.
Like the thing about like was it CX2 where they were like, oh yeah, that's totally Tech. and then what happens to him? People are like,
that's not him.
Not Tech.
Wait a minute. Remind me again, what happened to CX2? He's not in this episode, is he?
Yes, he is.
He is? Okay.
He gets killed.
Okay.
He's one of the ones.
They all look the same. I'm racist against
Can I jump ahead?
Wait,
I'll just
jump
ahead.
Look the same?
All clones look like
all clones look the same.
Out of his torpor from the thing. Remember he throws a spear at someone? Like the electric spear thing? That would see it that he hit.
Got it. Okay. And then there's one with like vibro blades, that guy right there on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword guy.
They do that to kind of differentiate them, and it was still hard for me.
It is. I mean, all their armor is slightly different. They're almost like a Hemlock's own Inquisitorius, you know?
Yes, they are almost like that. And you know how much shit I talk about Inquisitors.
Yep.
Look scary. Usually not much like actual fight.
Yeah. So we get a pretty decent fight between those Clone X troopers, the CX CX.
Yeah, there was a lot of like frantic combat in this with like people getting stabbed through walls and just blasted off of edges and like, yeah, it was pretty hectic there.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah. I didn't.
That's why I couldn't
I
tell
didn't-
who was dying, is because they're all black armor and they're just getting, it was just,
Yeah.
it was, I would have to watch it again to be like, oh, there goes that one. Okay, there goes that one.
It was smoky. There was like mist and a
Uh,
fog.
Yeah, and
they did
fire.
good.
That's
fire.
green.
Green fire. Yeah.
Green flame.
That's, I
Game
mean,
of
that's
Thrones?
explosions off of. No, because they would have been roasted if that was that green fire. That green
got
fire. That green fire is rough.
They got the dragon fire from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No, that was just TIE fighter blast. So, and then we get another great shot, but I think it's Hunter that actually gets the shot. Let's see. Oh no, it's Crosshair. Let's see right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and hope it's not too much. Boom, boom, boom. And then boom. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, that was another cool thing. It was a weapon that I had not seen before. Come on, where is it? Electro bolos.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had not seen that. That was, I thought, pretty ingenious looking thing. I mean, there they are wrapping around. Is that Wrecker's legs?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I thought he was going to buy it again.
Yeah, I thought he was a goner. I thought he was like, all these guys were goners at the end of this fight. Because the batch, I mean, look at this. He looks like he's not long, and that's Hunter up above him, and leaning over him here is that Crosshair. Like, they get all pretty jacked up in this one.
That was Crosshair helping him, and I think Hunter never gets up after getting knocked down there.
No, but then there's this guy with the vibroblade thing is straight, like hitting him in the chest with it.
I thought I was like,
I mean, I think that's
dude,
his
Wrecker's
hands grabbing it, but like
he is.
But it's like, his body's conducting, his armor's conducting all that electricity, and his armor's damaged, so his body's getting it a bit too.
Mm-hmm.
And that is this CX2?
Yes. Is that green? But he's blue, but I can't really tell. I think so.
Okay, that's what I thought so too, but I don't think
it is. It is. He's the one who does the thing. Does the thing to that guy. Yeah. He holds it. He does nothing with the other guy's blade, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the CX Trooper vibroblade. So Crosshair doesn't have to worry about his shaky hand anymore.
Mm-mm.
And
they cut away right before that happens. That was great.
Yeah,
not great for Crosshair, but
no,
but they didn't have to show actual dismemberment of a hero.
And I went right before they cut off. He does that little shot. I thought like Tech was gonna be like, "It's me, guys," and like help out. I don't know why I thought that. I thought he was gonna like just like save the day. Show up. But then when they actually cut right before the hand chop off, I was like, "Oh, there's nobody saving them. These guys are done."
So we get cut back to just after that battle is concluded. Emery and Echo are walking through the hall, and they come across. I can't really barely see it. First Wrecker, and then Hunter gets wheeled by or floated by on those, I don't know, cargo skiffs. I don't know what they official name are. And she's like, "Is that the rest of your squad?" And Echo's, "Yep, that's them." but we have to stay. Here we go. I can handle it. So I think it's he and Emery split up at this point, or no, they stay together. They get to the hangar, and we have the kids lurking around, and they get caught by a couple of stormtroopers and Echo. And right when homeboy here on the far right is about to call for backup to come get the kids, we get Echo. Let's see. All right.
Hey, can you respond to the chat and say hello? Because I can't.
Oh, holy cow!
Hey, Heath.
Hold on. Howdy, Heath.
Hello
Yeah,
there.
man.
May the force be with you as well.
Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, a very long time. I can't chat, unfortunately, on my iPad. It's still broken, so it won't let me join the chat. It asked me to like connect with YouTube, but nothing ever happens. It's like a broken feature.
Right. So we got the kids, Emery and Echo, the kids, including Omega.
You too, Heath.
I'll caught back up.
Force me with you. Thanks, dude. Like and subscribe. Gotta give the heart cell. Gotta give the heart cell every chance. Every chance. Sorry. Carry on.
All right. So we got Omega asking Emery and Echo where the rest of the crew are. And Omega elects to stay with Echo in order to save her brothers. But in the meantime, Emery and the children are given coordinates by Echo to go to, I assumed was going to be Pabu. And of course, at the end, we do find out that is where they go. But we'll
seems like a not a smart location to go to since it's already been compromised. But
well, what are the chances? What are the chances they go there again?
Yeah, Hemlock's gone, so who cares, right? Or
right?
Not yet, but he will be.
Like all the data is gone. I don't know if that, for at least scientific data.
And the people who cared compartmentalized their commands.
Right.
So they probably weren't like telling high command, like, hey, we're going to go to Pabu. We got an issue with no.
Yeah.
He's not going to let that float up the chain of command.
No. Well, especially anything that Hemlock was working on, Tarkin's like, no, that never happened. What are you talking about?
We don't have money for that. We got to build the Stardust. So
we get a little group hug, and the little baby gets a pat on the head, and he looks like he enjoys that way too much. That kid is really enjoying that head scratch. So we get
what are you counting coins over there?
Would have been sorry, I can't stop fidgeting with these gold coins.
Only money.
Only money.
Credits don't work here. Only money.
So we got, it looks like quite a bit of time has passed. It feels like it's darker skies since
this episode was so dark.
It was ridiculously dark.
And the TV that I have is not the best with HDR. It's HDR compatible, but when it's dark scenes like that, man, it's like hard to see anything that's going on.
Right. So Hemlock's got the batch in his conditioning machines, which don't look very pleasant at all. He gives the general talk about Oh yeah, that was CT9904 resistant mic conditioning in the past. Like the rest of the guys aren't going to resist it as well. I don't understand. He's like kind of a threat. If you survive, you will make fine operatives. Is becoming an operative really surviving? I mean, just because you're breathing, are you really alive?
Yeah, he just means physically.
And like I think this says it all right here. Screaming and groaning. And the look on his face is like, oh, I love it. So Hemlock is he's just terrible. So we get Omega and Echo. Sorry, forgot his name for a second. Omega and Echo make it to the prison level, take out the guards, not stuns, but red blaster fire as opposed to blue blaster fire. And they let out all the clone prisoners and elect them to come with them. And but also when they released all the clone prisoners, they release Nala Se, which Omega seemed very happy to see at first. And Rampart. Good old Rampart.
Good old reliable Rampart.
Trustworthy Rampart.
And it's kind of it was.
They kind of let him go to his own devices, but I guess it works out in the end.
They did. Oh yeah, it certainly does.
They put way too much trust in him in this situation.
Right. So Omega wants to know where the batch could be because they weren't in the cells. So she's asking, and like, well, they could be in the training room, and I guess the training room is the conditioning room. Like, I don't see how that's a training room, but okay.
Yeah, the training room.
The training room.
Once again, why do I keep forgetting his name? What's that jerk's
Hemlock.
name? Hemlock. No,
Hemlock?
the other one.
Which jerk? Rampart?
That one.
Scorch.
Rampart still doesn't get it.
Yoda.
And Echo has to give the clones don't leave each other behind speech, which we've been hearing since episode 1 of the Clone Wars, 10 years ago, whenever that was. And the clones agree to fight for the most part. Injured ones to the hangar and to secure a shuttle for all of them to escape on. But Nala Se decides that she needs to make sure the Empire doesn't get any of the
gotta stop that research data.
Yeah.
That it ends here, which is another good writing moment of like wrapping things up. I mean, who better to end the research than Kaminoan?
The one that essentially started it.
Yeah, I appreciate.
I don't know if she started it. It probably started with like her ancestors, but
her family, her culture. Like the entire thing she says is that like, you may have tried it, but it belongs to Kaminoans.
Now, is she the last of her kind? Wasn't there an episode earlier on when there was one Kaminoan in the Senate? Is that it's a different Kaminoan, right? Remember?
I don't think that Kaminoan was in the Senate after the war. I don't know though.
Got it. They just kind of X-nay on the Aminoans K.
I think so. I don't know though.
There was never any.
There, because that wasn't it that the guy they killed him off, didn't they? The male.
I don't know, but I think they're pretty much done as a species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because they were already like down to like their little cloner hub, and then once that place got destroyed,
That's
it'd
it.
be a cool character to have some Kaminoans in the future. That'd be cool to see some survivors.
Mhm.
Totally. So this guy looks like he's really up to no good.
Yeah.
He's
Right?
such an. I mean, this is a PG, but he's such an a-hole.
Yeah. Look at him
Yeah,
skulking.
there's really no other word for it. And
What
he
a nerf herder.
decides that he's going to follow Nala Se to try to steal her data. But in the meantime, we have Hemlock having a meeting with the hologram projection of Grand Moff Tarkin.
Now, I just want to say the fact that Tarkin's like, I'm on my way, he's already done. The fact that Tarkin has to intervene militarily, like it's already. So Hemlock is already trying to bail with Omega. You notice that? He's trying to get off planet with her.
Yeah.
Before Tarkin arrives, because Tarkin's just
No,
going to come in and.
Yeah, he has to stay 10 steps ahead of Tarkin until he has a chance to contact the Emperor directly.
Because I mean, what's the guy from Rogue One? The one in charge of the Death Star project that Tarkin kind of usurps.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
Director Krennic.
Yeah, Krennic.
Right?
Krennic.
Like he's about to like Krennic this guy, Hemlock, too.
Right?
Oh, you're having trouble? I guess this is my project now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Tarkin's MO. If I read the Tarkin book too, and that's like classic for him.
Yeah. That's how he accumulates power.
Yeah, the weak are just you're done. And this is weakness right now. His base being attacked. I mean, look what happened to Krennic. He got Death Star lasered from orbit.
His own project, pretty much.
His own project. That's how Tarkin rolls, man. That's why he's a good character. I'd be down to see another Tarkin, like more Tarkin, because he's been in Rebels, he's been in this.
Oh yeah,
just him just doing more bad A stuff.
Yeah, I mean, more Peter Cushing is always a good thing. Even though he died like 20 something years ago.
No, he's never going to be allowed to rest. It'll be the year like 2175, and we'll still have like Tarkin.
The Adventures of Grand Moff Tarkin and his pal Darth Vader.
Young Tarkin Adventures.
There's a book. I forget which book it's called. It's
Go ahead, Travis.
It's Disney era. Oh, what's up, Travis? It's a Disney era book, so it's canon of Tarkin and Vader getting they get stranded on a planet.
Yeah.
So what did it say? She likely will what? Maybe
if she makes it off the planet, I don't know if she even made it off.
I mean, Necromancer does proceed, but in a very weakened. The research is not complete. Right. It's easy to see, but yeah, that makes sense. She's the only one left that has like that level of knowledge.
Right, and I mean, we don't know exactly how much of the knowledge that she has, but she has a little bit of.
But she doesn't have the data. That's the problem.
At least the harvesting aspects of it, but we do see. It seems like no one comes to Pabu at all.
Nope.
So, but we'll get there when we get there.
I mean, yeah, I guess they're still living there years later.
What a weird shot of Omega I randomly got, right? But yeah, so they get through this pneumatic tube system to find their way up to where the guys all are. And where is this? I'm guessing Kaminoans don't have the same problem with some of the or whatever this gas is that's pumping in right here. But maybe that's just steam or coolant or something. So Nalase grabs, oops, I pushed the wrong button. Nalase grabs a thermal detonator out of the back of
pretty slick.
Some trooper's backpack. And Rampart, hot on her tail, decides to, oops, I missed it, pick up a gun instead. And, you know, coward with a gun is always a very dangerous thing. We get Nalase decides to go ahead and sabotage the place, but not before this guy demands something he'll never get. Tell me everything about Project Necromancer. No, dude, sorry.
Her ability to turn that thermal detonator on,
yeah,
like to prime it was very slick. I like that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't one of those like they get shot and then like, oh, your dying breath, you click it. Like
well, no,
she was committed already.
It's like I forget what she was cooking it basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if it was a regular grenade, she pulled the pin out, but she still was holding the spoon down.
Yes,
you know. So as soon as she dropped that grenade,
because she already had all the samples. She exposed all the samples that were on the floor, the drawer that came out of the floor, and she was ready. She was already done. She was just kind of like seeing what he had to say.
And I kind of feel like she meant to not make it out. Like I feel like she was going to blow herself.
That whole conversation she had with Omega implied that heavily. Omega's like, I understand. You have to go do what you need to do, and so and then it was another writing kind of literary ending, like to have Rampart there, you know, as a person who destroyed the Kaminoan race, basically. And their whole cloning program being there with her at that moment. That was, you know, wrapping everything up with a nice tidy bow. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to come back with comments. Sorry, got distracted reading comments. Get to them in a minute. Whereas
it was a great scene. One of the best scenes of the episode for sure.
So we get Omega and Echo get in that main thing with a bunch of clone troopers, and we have some gnarly fighting going on with, I don't know if I could even show that. Is it too much gore? Is this too much gore? I'm just going to show it anyway. You ready?
Oh yeah, this is a great one with the. What is this, a vibroblade? What do you consider with this?
I guess that's a vibroblade, but I didn't know they could pierce a wall like it was a freaking lightsaber.
Right, and somebody's chest. This is one of the random clones, right?
Yeah, this is one of the other prisoner clones. But I feel like
that was a cool scene when they volunteered.
I feel like it would have made more sense for her to have an actual lightsaber. That clone or he or whatever. I don't even know.
I mean, maybe that was some of the tech that was being studied on this in one of the other mountains, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like cheap, you know, poor man's lightsabers based on vibroblade technology.
Right?
I'm just guessing.
So
you gotta give reason to have those other mountains. Their loyalty to way to drive that point home. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's just digging his own grave deeper.
Right. Sorry. Long day. So Hemlock decides to gas everybody.
There's just so much going on in this. Like another complicated fight scene.
Right?
I couldn't actually follow all the stuff that was going on. People are getting
It was-
gassed. They're like shooting across the room, throwing spears. Like it was crazy.
There's the floors going up and blocking them.
Yeah,
and going down.
Yeah, parts of the floor, the training room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it was kind of. I guess that is kind of the training room. Was the center of the training room where
there's barriers that go up,
where the clones were being kept, but those barriers were very reminiscent of season 1, episode 1, where the batch are brought in to do that demonstration for Tarkin.
Yes,
and they like decide Tarkin's like use live fire against these guys.
I said, Tarkin's a bad A. I wish I want to see more of him for sure, and I have a feeling we will always see more Tarkin, because in A New Hope we see his end. So you have to make him. You have to now go do the backstory of why he is like the guy to destroy. Like it was so pivotal for him to be, die with the Death Star.
Totally.
Again, you're only as good as your villains, right? Your story.
There we go. Nope. So that's
CX7.
Is it? I don't even know. The visor's a little different.
That's why I was saying like I couldn't tell them all apart. I'm racist against clones.
So we get Hemlock like straight handcuffs himself to Omega to drag her out with the cup. Yeah, because this is O2 right here in the foreground with the eye holes. The other guy had a slot.
Got it.
So it is hard to keep track of, and it doesn't really matter because I think all these guys are kind of toast. Yeah,
he doesn't care. He just needs to get out of there with the prize.
Here's the one with the slot eye.
You said slot.
Is it loose? Oh. Yeah, so I've kind of lost track of where I am. So Crosshair and Hunter like are hobbling along, they gotta go try to save Omega. Wrecker's still kind of passed out in the chair he was being reconditioned in, and we get a scene that's really reminded me of Rogue One, where we have a big old catwalk with a platform at the end. With the hero out on it reluctantly. Get some more
the old catwalk shot.
Yeah.
I was wondering what Hemlock was doing with that data pad or the buttons on his wrist. But he was controlling a ship. He was calling a private ship.
He was calling CX2's ship.
Got it.
Because that's the
thing off the shoulder. This little button pusher.
Yeah. But let's see where when the ship actually comes in though, it's CX2's ship.
It does go down a little bit easy for me. Like, what kind of blasters does Hunter and Crossfire have to like take that thing down? They shoot it like right in the engine, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm actually bringing. Dang it! So here we go. This is definitely CX2 ship because we've seen it. We've seen it a few times.
Camino.
It's definitely Kaminoan style.
Like this is a throw. This is like a visually. It kind of reminds me of the Camino.
Because that's. I mean, we've seen the back. Boom!
Right in the edge. Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that. We've seen that ship a few times. So.
But if anybody knows how to bring down a ship, it would be these guys. So it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he shot one of his explosives into it.
So we get a good shot here. Crosshair clearly missing a hand. He's now shooting
across his arm.
I guess left-handed with his right hand for support.
No problem.
So and since his left hand doesn't shake, You know, it might not be as good a
fine.
shot as if it was going the other way, but he's good to go.
As a sniper, he's trained both hands just in case. I'm sure.
Right. But Omega and Hunter have a good enough connection.
That's a nice shot for a kid show.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very welcoming.
The rain and lightning were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's this joke. There's this joke in script writing that when you first start writing, you write like it was a dark and stormy night. But if you have to have any budgetary concerns, it's like it was a sunny day.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like they hide a lot of stuff in these really dark episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Runner takes place at night and rain because it's in the sets.
Yeah, it's easy to hide stuff.
Much easier. More smoke.
So Hunter wants to make the shot. Crosshair is afraid to make the shot, but ultimately Omega is able to maneuver herself.
They've trained her well enough.
Right. There's some nods. Let's go ahead and
she has her ice pick.
She stabs him. They shoot the thing, and then we get some justice there.
Yeah, he gets.
A
lot of times it's just one. It's one pew pew and you're down. They got him they nailed him 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, but you also got to think that someone like Hemlock is probably wearing body armor 90% of his life,
and that's why you have to just keep shooting him and shooing him and shooting him
until he goes down.
I mean,
no body, no death.
But also, if you look at some overzealous law enforcement people like to do that to people not wearing a shirt at all. So,
but no body, no death. So Hemlock lives.
I don't think so.
I think it's more a function of being a semi-teen tween friendly show where we don't want to show the dead corpses of people.
Right.
I guess my point is that's why they shot him so many times is to even though we're not showing his body, he dead.
We're showing he's getting
each
real
blast
shot.
This guy is dead. Believe it.
Yes.
Fall
some insurance shots, then fall off a very high bridge.
Yeah. It's like if Echo if Tech just falling is death, this is definitely a little bit of overkill. So immediately after they jump out, we get the top side of a Star Destroyer, which is different, right? We usually see the underside, and
they always, whenever Tarkin shows up, they always do these cool shots. They did the same thing in Rebels too. These cool shots of the destroyer showing up.
Yeah,
he's like, "All this is mine. Send all the money to my house."
Exactly. It was very peaceful, though. That was what there was a nice juxtaposition of showing the top of the Star Destroyer with the birds flying underneath. It was just very tranquil for what had just happened.
Well, because the Ranger's been destroyed on that planet, except for the Zillow.
That's
Rebels.
I did that backwards. Whoopsies. There we go. Our Death Star reference. Project Stardust, and he's got the red pauldron stormtroopers with him again. Not orange, but red. And that's another great. Here's a new wallpaper for you, Jim.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good shot.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can also see what's really cool, I think, is we have the Imperial Star Destroyer here in the center, but we have the clone era Star Destroyer back here. Well,
yeah,
I guess it's
they're
kind of
like carriers,
but it's like That used to be the main ship. Now this is the main ship.
Well,
Slightly
Tarkin has the
bigger.
latest and greatest.
Always.
Yeah.
I think Tarkin has
Always.
Imperial 1 class.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Right. So all
actually
that,
Imperial era built ships.
so we find ourselves finally at Kate's favorite location in the Star Wars galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Space
the resort
Hawaii.
planet. With
And
There's
serving
some space sushi.
With sushi.
Sushi sounds good.
It does. It does.
It's been a minute.
It has been. And we
For
get
me.
we get a shot of the clone cadets from a few episodes ago. Jax, the other 4 kids, and Omega's friend from the island. All just doing their thing, having a grand old time, which seems like we're getting a happy ending. None of the what is going on?
I know you have the clone cadets there living like kids.
Yep.
At least they showed them.
Sorry,
I was
sorry. I just
Look who's Tarkin.
I love it. I love it, Travis. Good call, brother.
Wow. Somebody needs to go work for Lucasfilm. Right? Green light.
It should at least, at a bare minimum, Robot Chicken.
Right. That is very Robot Chicken sketch for sure.
Yeah. So I thought this little conversation here that Echo and Emery have, what to me felt very reminiscent of the conversation between Tech and Fee from season 2, or was it the beginning of season 2? Is that when that happened? I forget.
Yeah, because he wasn't in season 3, that's for sure.
Definitely not season 3.
Yeah.
But
he's got stuff to do. He is like head starting the rebellion.
Yeah.
I
would like to see more clones, clone survivors in future media. That's one thing I hope that ends up.
I'm okay with just like old clones hanging out.
Like, they're in the background, they're fueling the X-Wings, whatever. But you see some clones that survive through the rebellion era. I mean, obviously we got Omega coming up here.
It's going to be because it's kind of disappointing if no one from the actual Stormtrooper underground survives.
Yeah, and they through attrition they start losing them. But I want to see one in the backgrounds.
Yeah,
at least one.
I said Stormtrooper,
not just panhandling, but actually working towards fighting the Empire.
Yes. I like the shot of them just getting to have like a breath.
Yeah.
There was no peril.
No. So I thought, oh, that has to be credits right now, right? Right after that little shot. And no, we get a night shot. I'm like, uh-oh, something bad's gonna happen. But then it turns out,
the Empire Tarkin shows up and just starts blasting the hell out of. That's just what I thought.
We get
the music was way too calm for that, though.
Yeah,
we get shadowy person.
I thought it was Fee at first.
Who the heck is this? And I was like, no, that's not Fee's hair. And it's like, wait, that looks like an older woman, but looks kind of blonde. Is that, for a split second, I thought it was what's her face? Oh my God. Han Solo's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those Kira. It was Kira.
Kira, yeah, that's her name.
With
Kira.
a Q.
Yeah, with a Q.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Han Solo's ex-wife.
Yeah, no.
Because there's another woman
Kira.
after Kira.
Not quite Shira. Bakira. And
Make
once this character
hashtag
turns on,
make Lando 2 happen. Not Lando 2, but
we get
older,
old Omega.
not old, but like teenage
I don't know
Omega.
why, but it just hit me right now at this moment. We were robbed of a Omega Boba Fett reunion or union or
they kept her secret.
Not that. I
They
know
kept her
it's Star
sequestered.
Wars, siblings kiss and everything, but no.
They kept her sequestered on this planet, apparently.
Yeah. But she goes on and says, she tells Hunter that the rebels need pilots, and I'm making this decision, and
makes you wonder, is this happening right before Death Star? Probably, right?
I don't know, but Hunter,
because the rebellion was going on for a while.
Yeah,
Hunter does look pretty old.
What year is this?
Yeah, like how many tell, right?
How many years after the rest of the episode? And how many years BBY? I don't
exactly know. BBY or after Yavin.
They leave it ambiguous intentionally because the Civil War goes on for like 10 plus years, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All the way from, I mean, obviously since Echo went back to help the rebellion to this point.
Afterwards, I realized that is actually just her doing her normal voice.
Yeah.
She released a video like thanking the fans for their support, and it's the exact same voice.
I'm thinking 5 years, right? At least 5 years later.
8, maybe, splitting the difference between a decade. She's no longer that childlike.
Well, she's
not even a young teenager. She looks like older teenager.
Yeah, she seemed like she was just turning young teenager.
Could be like 20 here.
This looks like 20s, actually, is what I was thinking.
1920-ish. Old enough to make their own decisions, but not old enough to drink.
The thing for the aging, though, is that look at Hunter for how much he's aged. That's what I was thinking, close to a decade. Almost. But the timing doesn't kind of work in that.
Right.
We're good.
So Omega gets on her ship, and we get to see she's got Gonki with her, and she's got the old doll there on the chair that was in the museum. And then when she's gonna sits down on she's got Tech's glasses on her dash, which is pretty cool. And
should probably be a cargo pilot, not necessarily a fighter pilot. You never know.
She just said the rebellion needs pilots. So
in general, they need pilots, and that can be anything.
Yeah,
but
she could be just driving one of those little. She could just be driving one of those little mopeds around on Yavin base, like bringing cargo to the ship. It's a piloting job.
I think the implication there is that he knows she's going to war and she'll be fine.
Right.
It'd be cool if she works with Hera Syndulla or something like that.
Yeah, or Ahsoka. So Ahsoka would be fulcrum at this point, right? So let me get boop.
We got a happy
great series,
and everyone lived.
Great series,
yeah,
except for Tech.
But
okay, so this is the timeline of the
22 years, so it could be up to 10 years later,
right?
Well, plus
she's a Johnny come lately and just
remember
they destroyed the second Death Star, I'm joining the rebellion now.
I think we see basically go from 13 to 16 and then another time jump from the beginning of the series.
So, yeah,
I think she's actually mid. I think he managed to keep her on the farm for a good like I said, about 8 years. 5.
So you think she's like way older than Luke is than when he
Yeah.
leaves his farm?
Yes.
Whoa. You all right there, Dan?
He got hit
I
with a
had
bug.
something flew in my eye.
I
I
think
saw it
that,
on my
yes,
pupil.
even if she's not older than Luke, she's way more experienced.
That's true.
I mean, she let a Zillow lose.
I could see her be a pilot for like a special forces unit.
Mm-hmm.
Something
And
like
that's
that.
true. He is kind of a jerk at this point still.
Yeah.
Who is?
He hadn't been eaten by
Oh yeah.
some like changes brain chemistry.
He'd be trying to sell her back to the Empire, probably.
Is this a good chance to mention the Boba ate his way out of the Sarlacc pit?
There's been no confirmation about that guy.
I feel like they released an action figure with that character recently from HasLab, with the bunker, and they gave him a non-clone name. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I saw a video on that. Sorry, I'm just like slowly going back through the comments.
The comment, yeah.
That might be all right, but
with
I don't
blonde
know.
Hair.
I don't know. I kind of almost.
She certainly has the big eyes.
I think I would want Michelle Ang to play her though, the actual voice actress.
Can they make her look like her?
I don't know. They could deep fake whatever feature they want on people's faces these days.
It's too much money. They're not going to spend that much money to deep fake a whole series.
They only have to deep fake her when she's got close-ups. They could
just one episode.
She could put on a pilot helmet that's got a little breathing apparatus, and it's just her eyes, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading the Wikipedia, and it's like kind of funny that it's like Filoni fueling the rumors in 2016 that is like Rex.
Wait, what?
It was Dave Filoni who was fueling those rumors back in 2016 that the old guy in Return of the Jedi is Rex. He's like, why would there be an old guy there?
Yeah, I don't think he's pushing it, but like just leave it.
He did though, like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
he's been asked about it most times, and he's like,
whatever. I'll just tell you, like, I'll just play with you.
Yeah,
play with expectations.
Yeah, let people believe what they want.
If it fits, it's fun.
I mean, it'd be great if it was.
Nick, that guy's name is Nick Sant.
Nick Sant. Elo Asti and Nick Sant hanging out behind the rebel base, smoking dubs. Oh, excuse me.
With
space flowers.
So, yeah. All right. Well,
wow. I was hoping for a Stormtrooper rebellion, but this is kind of was them escaping.
Right?
Maybe we'll see something else. That's a good one.
I think there's material there.
It'd be great.
No, 100%, Travis. A lot of these episodes are way too dark.
Travis, you probably have a modern OLED or QLED or one of those with a super high backlight. My TV has it's HDR in name only. Like the backlight is not. It's like 500 nits at the most. A good TV is 1,000 plus. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not playing.
Kind of why Rampart to figure out how.
Are you playing Fallout Shelter right now?
Hearing his
maybe.
And then he shoots.
So, yeah, that'd be kind of fun to see how it should have. Everybody dead. Darth Vader shows up. Everybody's dead.
Star Wars What If. I'm down for Star Wars What If because this is actually done in the expanded universe.
What if turns to the dark side?
Yeah. What if Luke actually turned to the dark side in Jedi? Like they did all that stuff. So I'd be totally down. There's precedent for it in the Marvel universe, so that'd be
maybe
fantastic.
I think that might be kind of confusing for some people.
For losers.
Well, that's I know that, that, but
But yeah, I'd be down to see, some alternate Star Wars alternate universe. They kind of do that in Visions. So
yeah. Did you guys see that? Hunter doesn't look elderly like Rex, more middle
That's
aged.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. He hasn't been like cooked as long.
Right.
yeah, there was generations of clones too. How long did the Clone Wars last? 3 years, right? Three or so years. Rotations,
something like that. So Dantooine, yeah, it'd be really cool to see the Dantooine base in a.
Yeah, it's been shown. Wasn't it shown in Rebels? There was like a logistics base.
I think they mentioned it. I think they mentioned it, and I know back in the day, in the Star Wars Galaxies video game, you can go to an abandoned Rebel base on Dantooine.
And then I was gonna say, where other Star Wars property had it? The Old Republic 2. Knights of the Old Republic 2 had Dantooine. But
it was like it's on sale right now.
I think it was like a backwoods at that point. But there was like a Jedi Temple or something, I think vaguely. Can't remember the reason why you had to go there.
Well, I mean, so was Yavin Base was a Jedi Temple as well.
Yep.
So
yeah, Star Wars Rebels Secret Cargo. You saw Dantooine. It was like a logistics base.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw like just a little bit, like ships landing there unloading cargo.
Yeah. Okay. Who does this?
C-3PO's head fell off when Jabba knocked him over. C-3PO getting dismembered is always funny.
It is. It really is. It doesn't happen.
I mean, it even happened in Attack of the Clones. Remember his head gets swapped into a battle droid?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's like shooting things while he's like,
my.
I am beside myself.
Take this, rebel scum. Oh my. What did I just say?
Yeah. The circuit got scrambled.
Even
when he goes all extra evil in that one sequel movie.
Yeah, Lucas likes to punish C-3PO for being C-3PO.
Yeah, I just think Tony Daniels likes to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a mime after all. But yeah.
Overall, 9 out of 10 series, I think. Strong animation.
Yeah, for animation stuff, it's definitely better than Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it better than Rebels? I think it's more adult and more mature than Rebels for sure. Although Rebels had good stuff in it.
Rebels had more Mando armor.
I think that they played around with the mortality of everybody a little too much. They even lampshaded it by him, like the scene where like Crosshair's like, only I'm gonna go die here, and then they're like, no, we go together, and then they all survive. So it kind of like got rid of some of the stakes.
No, but that's why they survived, is because they decided to stick together. So it's
yeah. The entire thing is that their weakness is that
That's if we want to get evil C-3PO and R2 battle droids, we
no. You mean evil C-3PO and good R2-D2? Because that would be the reverse.
Well, no, I was gonna say, isn't that what what's that archaeologist's name again, Dan?
Dr. Afra.
Yeah, does she have the evil 3PO and R2?
Yeah, they're sadistic, masochistic droids.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, Rampart came full circle. A lot of the characters came full circle. I mean, the Nala Se died, destroyed the data, the cloning data. I'm not saying it's wrapped up in a tiny bow, but I thought that I thought the characters came full circle. I mean, Omega went from being a kid to a rebel pilot with the training that she got and everything.
Right.
I thought it was decently well done, decently handled. Yeah. I'm coming up on my heart out, guys.
No, so am I. It's 10-9. That was a finale. We will be back sometime this weekend to do Tales of the Empire. I'll probably wear my
excited for that.
I'll yeah. I'm looking forward to that as well. We're and then yeah, so I will be posting pretty soon when the stream's going to be, so keep an eye out for that. Again, thanks guys for coming. Thanks for chatting.
Thank you for tuning in this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And may the force be with you.